Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Vila, and I'm coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 2, Episode 20. I believe this is called The Ugly Truth. Y'all, oh my God, I had to speed through the first review because I had a meeting I had to get into, so it was a bit choppy. I went back and listened to it. I was like, oh my God, girl, you was real choppy. But anyway, we're going to try to get this one right now that I have a little bit more time. All right, so the episode picks up where it left off, where Bryce and Angela, they are at Zach's home after Fatima had already told them that she didn't want to deal with any more company. But unbeknownst to them, they came over anyway. And Bryce telling Zach that their assets are frozen. And it's because Bryce is attached to Zach. That's the reason why his assets are frozen. And now Zach's assets are frozen as well. They're not able to get any money out of the bank. They're not able to do anything. He said he can't pay his bills. He can't, he can't do anything because he doesn't have any money, right? So Zach is like, what? Like, what? I don't even understand. Like, why is it that my assets are frozen? And Bryce just put it on Zach, like, cause what did you do? You must have did something. I'm like, Bryce, okay, all right. Outside of this man, his mama dang near dead, and you coming over here talking about some money. And this the part that flipped me out, because Zach instantly gets up. He goes and he talks to his bank, right? So he gets up, he talked to his bank and the people all over at the bank. He comes back and he tells Bryce, he was like, the only reason, he said, my accounts are not frozen. My accounts are overdrawn. And they're overdrawn because I told you, you went ahead and went on with that that project that I didn't want to go on. You went ahead and did that. And and Bryce is saying, what that's why. And Zach said, I told you I didn't have the money. I told you, but you did anyway. Bryce always oversteps. It's like he never reads the room. He doesn't listen to anybody but himself. He is always self. It's always Bryce, nobody else. Always Bryce. It's because what Bryce wants, This is a good deal. This is a good deal. Would you calm down, Bryce? It ain't that deep. If the man said he didn't have the money, why would you take it upon yourself to go and invest in this deal anyway? And Zach kept saying, why did you do it after I told you not to? And that's the reason why your account is frozen. It's because his money, his personal money, is tied into the business. Now that you had overdrawn everything, now he broke too. Both of y'all broke. Now what you gonna do? So Bryce is like, oh, it was just a good deal. I just couldn't, really? And then he has to say, Gary, I told Gary, it's Gary's fault. I'm going to get that effort. I said, you know what, Bryce, it ain't Gary, it's you. Because Zach told you in the first place, don't do it. But you did it anyway. And now he says he going to take care of it. He going to take care of it. Zach is just like, you know what? You can tell when somebody is tired and through. Zach is tired, delayed, and he through. He really don't even have the energy just to be going back and forth with Bryce. He's so tired. He's just like, you know what? Just take care of it. He ain't even got it in him. So after they go ahead and they leave, Fatima, she's just talking to telling Zach that, he need to get some sleep because he has been on his feet, worried about his mama. At one point, he thought he didn't have no money. The doggone Bryce doing stuff that he ain't supposed to be doing. So he's telling Fatima's like, you need to get some rest. And Fatima said, I know how to put you to sleep. He was like, what, sex? Like, I'm not playing with that thing upstairs. I ain't really got time for that. She said she was going to get him an edible, a little gummy or whatever, a sleep gummy or something, so he could go ahead and go to sleep. And, yeah, and while she go ahead and get the rest of her stuff and all that stuff. So they agreed that that's what's going to happen. Back over at Angela's house, Bryce is still mad. Child, Bryce. So he ends up calling his dad, and his dad is going to give him the money. I said, man, daddy, can I get $1.5 million real quick? Because I think I just lost the other $1.5 million you gave me last week. All right, son. All right. I wonder what that conversation was like. Man, I wish I had a daddy that had $1.5 million just to give me. Ooh. Ooh. I know some of y'all like, I wish I had a daddy to give me $500. Because my daddy will give me some money. He just won't give me that much money because he ain't got that much money. But my daddy, he'll give it to me if I ask. That's one thing about my daddy. I love my daddy because my daddy will give it to me if he had it. Yes, he will, because it's my daddy. Anyway, so yeah. Girl, hold on, wait. Bryce ended up leaving. Why Angela couldn't wait? That girl couldn't wait till Bryce left that house so she can get up and call Fatima on the phone to tell her that Bryce gonna get the money or whatever. He like think he get the money from his daddy. So Fatima was just like, okay, that's good. And then Fatima said like she had something to tell Angela. And I was like, girl, what you gotta tell Angela? Now it all makes sense. And she was like, what? And then Fatima said, I shouldn't even told you nothing. I'll just wait till later. And she said, Angela is trying to get out of it, but Fatima won't tell her. And she said she finna get her to go up to the hospital to go and see Jeremiah. And Angela said, you need me to go? She was like, no, I got it. I'm just gonna go on my own or whatever. So Fatima gets over at the hospital to go see Jeremiah, and Jeremiah is upset. Now, I really do believe that he loved his mother. I really do believe that. And I believe he was showing his true emotions when he really didn't want his mother to not make it. Because at the end of the day, that's his buddy. That's his, wherever I go, she go. My buddy, kid, sister. But that's the mama, daddy, the mama, son version. They smoke crack together. I mean, they ride cars and they get it together. I mean, who else he gonna smoke crack with? That's his mama. That's his buddy, So I feel sad for him. He ain't got his crack buddy no more. Dang, is that insensitive what I just said? I mean, but they do smoke crack together. I mean, it is what it is. And that's his mama. He ain't got his mama. His mama. He's sad. Mama, I'm sorry, And so he's sitting down and Fatima coming over there and just trying to talk to him and get it through his head. And he's still disrespectful, of course. And so Fatima tries to tell him, like, look, I understand that you're hurting. And Zach is hurting too. And Fatima just kind of encouraged him a little bit. Like, you grew up with the cards that you were dealt. She said, I really don't look at you like you less of anybody because that's the hand that you were dealt. You did the best of what you could do, with the best of what you could do. And maybe he thought maybe smoking crack with his mama would keep him closer to his mama. I don't know. People do the strangest things. So Fatima said, but we gonna need you to do something. Sign papers or, if you not going to do it, then she works for a law firm and she can do it with or without him, meaning she can get power of attorney to override whatever Jeremiah is thinking. And she brought up the whole check situation and all that stuff. But Jeremiah was like, you just judging me. Zach is the one told you to come down here and say all this stuff to me. And she was like, no, Zach don't even know I'm here. He didn't tell me to say anything, But Fatima was really just trying to get through to him that what would you do if you were in that situation? If you were laying in that bed right now, would you really want someone to keep you around when you really can't function on your own? She said, you can't see. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk. You can't talk. You are like a vegetable in that bed. Would you really want to stay around for that? And that kind of, that helped Jeremiah see that he was being selfish. And a lot of times as kids, we do be selfish because at the end of the day, that's my mama. That's my daddy. Like, that's what I know. I've been knowing this person all my life. Or what, I've been on, or whatever parts of life, because some people don't have their parents all their life, but that's the only person that I know. I only get one mama, and that's so true. You only get one mama, you only get one daddy, and you have to cherish them to the utmost. I remember I heard this story. Not to a matter of fact, it was last week, and this guy, he was telling a story about if he was on life support, he would want his kids to pull the plug. And no, yeah, he would want his kids to pull the plug, and so he was on life support, and his kids did not pull the plug. They was trying to resuscitate him and all of that stuff. So when he came back, they said that the man was mad. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go ahead and die. Like, let me go. Stop trying to keep me alive. I'm tired. My body is tired. I'm weak. I need to be out of here. I'm in pain. Let me go. And kids that are, that are selfish, they want to keep that or whatever. So he finally ended up dying because they didn't resuscitate when he did, I guess, flatlined or whatever. It was do not resuscitate. So in this situation, it's like the same thing. You got to know how to let it go, And so, I do agree. And so that's when Jeremiah, he was just like, look, he apologized. I ain't gonna call you out my name no more. She was like, I know you ain't, and you a good woman and all that stuff. And then he said, can I hug you? Fatima had her purse on her. I was like, Jeremiah, don't you try to take her purse off her shoulder and run. But he didn't do it. I said, oh, okay, so you ain't too bad after all. And that was pretty much it. And you see them hugging. He was crying. And I did feel sad for Jeremiah. I really did. Because I was like, oh, knothead, causing all that commotion. Child, bye. So Zach gets up. He still couldn't sleep. And I be like, what time of the day is it? What? Anyway. So he couldn't sleep. He gets up. He looked for Fatima. She ain't there. He calling her. She pulling up in the driveway. Then he gets another phone call from Bryce. Bryce said he gonna get the money from his daddy. Okay, cool. So Zach ain't got to worry about that right now. Thank you. Oh, because I'm like, I thought he had all that SEC stuff taken care of. Why in the world he ain't got no money? Because Bryce over there doing knucklehead stuff. Oh, knucklehead. Shoot. Take too many leisures. Take too many of them. Let me take the leisure. Let me take too many leisures. Ugh. My nerve. Ugh. So Fatima and Zach, they talk, and Fatima tells Zach to call his brother to see where he is, to see, what they're going to do about their mother. And Fatima is saying, I think he might have a change of heart. And Zach is like, it's going to take Jesus and all the angels to help the brother. And then Fatima said, she believed in miracles. And also, yeah, they go over to, he gets a phone call from the hospital saying that the mama had ended up going into cardiac arrest. And so they end up going over to the hospital. And it's crazy because they were sitting over here. I think this was actually good to me, good writing, because for me, it took the decision off of both of them and let Jesus take the wheel in this situation, because neither one of them had to make a decision as far as pulling the plug. She went ahead and, she was dead by the time they got there. She went ahead and passed on by the time they got there because she went into cardiac arrest. So I thought that was okay. They, because sometimes you just don't want to make no decision. Like, Lord, just let it happen, and it takes the weight off of both of them. They get there. They are really sad. Jeremiah is sad. Jeremiah said, I'm about to leave because he ain't got no purpose no more. His mama ain't around. He about to leave. He about to get out. He said he about to get real high. One thing about death, if you were drunk, you gonna get real drunk. If you a crackhead, you gonna smoke a whole lot of crack. If you a crier, you gonna cry a whole lot. If whatever in you, it's gonna bring it all out in full force. That's one thing I learned about death. It brings it all out. Cause I be seeing so many drunk, crazy people when they mama and sister and brother them die. Boy, they be drunk as a skunk. Passed out. Oh, I miss my mama. Like, goddamn mama. That's how them drunks do. I be like, ooh, you need to, Anyway, he grieving. That's what I'm saying. Grieving, it comes in all types of ways. So whatever you do now, you probably gonna do that 10 times more in grieving. Yeah. And if you like an angry person, you gonna get 10 times more angrier in grief. Anyway, so Zach is just saying his Zach is just saying his last goodbyes to his mom. And he was like, I know I really didn't know you. And he was like, now I gotta let you go. And he was just saying, that he did love her and all that. He didn't know how to feel in the situation. So I really did feel bad for him, because it's one thing to lose your mom and your mom, and it's another thing to lose your mom and you don't know how to feel and not knowing your mom. Does that make sense? Because I know this person also. There's so many stories I can relate this to, because I know this person, he lost his dad, but his dad wasn't really in his life. He was in his life for a little bit, but not the entirety of his life, you know. And when his dad had died, he didn't know how to feel, because he was like, I really didn't know him. I knew of him. We had moments, but I don't know how to feel. Like, I love him. I think I know I love him because that's my dad. And I know my feelings aren't as strong as my brothers and my sisters, but that's still my dad. It's like I don't have the same memories that they have, but I'm sad, but I don't, it's like you just don't know. It's like this big piece of gray. You don't know how to cope with those feelings. Like, you sad, but you're not sad, but you are sad, and you just don't know how to place them. I guess that's where therapy comes along. And then Zach goes to the house to go get this box that his brother was telling him to go get. It was something in the box that he wanted him to get. And he went over there to get it, right? And so while he's up there searching for whatever the box, Connie is there talking to Fatima, talking about the funeral. Are you going to invite me to the funeral? And Fatima just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll invite you. Fatima always be so uneasy. I mean, I get it. This girl used to, jump up and down on your man, but she ain't really coming at you like that. Because, oh yeah, early in the episode, Zach had asked Fatima, how did you know that I was in the hospital? And she was like, Connie. He said Connie. And then Zach said Connie has really matured over time, so I thought that was good too. But anyway, Zach comes down and Connie tells Zach, I'm sorry about your loss and all that stuff. And Fatima rolling her. Fatima, why you rolling? Why you rolling your eyes? These people, this girl grew up with him, Fatima. Let them, they can hug. And then she go, don't hug her too long. Okay, Fatima. Go get in it. Okay, Fatima. All right. Zach talking about, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Anyway. So they get in the car. Zach opens the box and it's a VHS tape. He said, well, how am I going to watch this VHS tape? So Fatima said they have this thing up there at the office, where they have VCRs. So they go over to the office and they put the VCR tape, in, and they're looking at it. And it is a video. It's a video of the mother, Jeremiah, and Zach when they were kids. Oh, and this was the cutest thing. Zach's son is playing Zach as a kid. I thought that was so cute, because I remember looking at something on on his channel, because he has a YouTube channel, and he was saying that his son got his first acting role, and I was like, what he gonna be acting in? I was thinking, well, it must gonna be something Tyler Perry, but I was, I haven't. This was like almost last year sometime. And I was just like, or maybe, yeah, I think it was like the end of it was sometime a long time ago. And I was just like, oh, but I never did see him come up in Sisters, and I didn't see him show up until now. I was like, oh, that's what he auditioned for. He got the part. And I thought that was really, really cool that Zach's son played him, as a kid on TV. So like, father and son working together. I thought that was real cute. But the gist of the video was the mother still, she can tell that she still had her struggles, but she loved her sons at the end of the day. And she was playing with them at the park, going down the slide, just playing around and running around with them, and just looking at the camera saying, I know I'm not perfect, but I do love y'all. I love you. She said, she loved her boys, Zach, Jeremiah. She loved them. And she got her issues and she tried her best to be who she is. And, but she loved them because, it's hard to fight them demons, child. Sometimes that crack get a hold to you and it's hard to let go, And yeah, so she put the camera down and she leaves her kids over there playing by themselves while she walk off. She was gonna go get high, but that was it. And that made Zach feel really good. That made him cry. And he was just like, man, she really did love me after all this time. Because he said he never even remembered that. It was so many losses that he took from his mom. He forgot the one or two times that he did win with her, which was that point of her telling her that he loved her. And Fatima said, you're gonna be a good father. He already a father. And then she was like, more than you know. And he looked up at her like, huh? And then she was like, I'm pregnant. Girl, Fatima, you done up and got pregnant. Say, I'm pregnant, girl. I guess Zach finna have 3 kids. I hope this one a girl, child. Hold on. Because we don't know the sex of Karen, baby. Child, okay. So Zach got little Michael. And then he got Karen, baby. Which we still got to get another DNA test on that. Because them papers be coming up blank. And they came through the email. But they need to get their own DNA test. Period. And now he finna have one with Fatima. At least we know this one his. Do we? I think, yeah, we know this one his, though. Because she didn't sleep with nobody that I seen. So, okay. So they going to really have a chance to do this. Hopefully we get a wedding, I want to see Fatima, them go get married like they said they was going to do. But yeah, I just felt like this was a good episode. It was heavy, but it ended on a lighter note. You know how they always say the circle of life. When somebody died, then new life is created. So that's what it is. This is Sheila Billy. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. But let me know what you think about this episode. I know I probably forgot a lot. Charge to my head. I'm a harmony Jesus. Love y'all. And y'all have a great day. Y'all, they finna have what's the name of this baby gonna be? Zatima. They gonna name their baby Zatima. So it's gonna be a girl. All right, bye. Y'all have a good day. Bye.